You know what's funny? I feel like every time I start a vlog, it's basically me sitting down, backpack over here, packing to get ready to go somewhere. I mean, that is literally what's happening. So I haven't seen you guys in a long time. I'll make this brief. I went out to shoot the Planet Parade and I couldn't get the day off. It was really gloomy. I live kind of close to the beach, so I was getting that kind of marine layer. It was really foggy and just didn't really get the photos I wanted, but I went out nonetheless. But the problem with that is I had to wake up at 2 a.m. and I didn't have much time to record or do anything. I shot a time lapse and a couple stills, but still, that was weird. It just wasn't the photos I was looking for. And then I hurt my back and it was getting better, and then it got worse and I was having muscle spasms. So I haven't been shooting in a really long time. I haven't really done any physical activity in a really long time. It's been like a month and a week, I think. So with that being said, I'm very excited because tonight is new moon and I feel much better. I can actually hold the weight of my backpack and this camera in my hand. So I'm gonna go to Alabama Hills. The reason for that is Joshua Tree is, I believe it's 110, 115 today, so very hot. Alabama Hills is only going to be about 90 degrees. It's going to kind of be gloomy, so we may not even have really clear skies, but nonetheless, I'm just excited to go out. I'm going to go pick up my friend Frank, and we're going to go shoot. I think it's really important with the goals that I have set for myself to start, like, you know, selling prints and things like that, where I just want to kind of put some pressure on myself with, yeah, this video, but more or less like photos. So I have these really kind of, I don't know, good photo ideas, and I kind of want to put myself under pressure. It's very difficult sometimes when you're the one driving and basically doing all of that stuff to like stop and record, but I'm going to try to push myself a little bit more, and hopefully I get some sleep, and hopefully it's not super windy so I can actually do a video, because if you guys did watch my last video from Alabama Hills, it was really windy and I couldn't do much. But my arm is starting to fatigue now from holding this camera. I'm running a little behind. So I just got to finish packing the last bit of stuff and then I'm gonna head out. Arrived officially. It's hot as fuck. Funny thing is, we've been here for 2 or 3 hours and it was like 100 degrees when we got here. This kind of scares me, is dark and ominous. Is this ominous? Ominous? How do you say that? It looks like it's gonna rain, basically. I get random like areas where I get service, and I've had my lightning app tell me there's lightning over in this direction. There's also lightning over, well, it's kind of hard to see, but Mount Whitney is behind us and the Sierras are there. And we're basically in this like kind of, I don't know, I guess valley for lack of a better term, where there's lightning on both sides and there's these clouds. There's only a 12% chance of rain, but I'm recording now just in case, you know, it starts dumping rain and I can't actually get the camera out later. But this will be interesting to see what unfolds. Sunset is in 2-3 hours, I think, and the Milky Way technically isn't photographable. Why are words so hard today? Until 10. So between 8 and 10, these clouds have to go away, otherwise I can't capture anything. But I mean, I'm gonna try to shoot a time lapse or do something as long as it doesn't rain. All right, I'm gonna hurry up. Oh my God, it's at 35. It's windy as shit. I forgot to plug the microphone in. Nonetheless, I'm gonna hurry up and set up the tent because it really does look like it's just gonna start dumping rain. So in case that happens, it's easier to set it up now when it's dry than opposed to when, well, it's raining. So we're both gonna set up camp. Frank is up there setting his camp up, and then I guess we'll see where the weather takes us. The wind also picked up like crazy, which is, I'm hoping, is what's going to blow the clouds away. But as the wind picked up, it got even cloudier, so it might be going the opposite direction than what I hoped. Last time you were here, hopefully you can hear me because I'm using the internal mic. Last time I was here, I bitched and complained about the rain fly. I'm not going to take it off because it might actually rain, so I'm going to have to try to make sure that I just make it really tight so that it doesn't flap and I actually get sleep. I'm going to help Frank with his tent because it's really windy. Whoa, that is way too... It's like a night and day difference. Listen, there's like no wind, and a second ago it was like super windy. It started to actually dump a little. Well, it started to sprinkle, but the raindrops are pretty large. Looks like it's kind of raining a little bit right over here. So I set up a time lapse that way because the sun sets in about an hour. The problem is I want to set up another time lapse, but I don't like, the clouds look so dope in every direction. I'm not really sure. I guess maybe I'll do them this way because that's where the Milky Way is going to come up and there's more of like an opening. So there's more of a chance of like color change, but also like cloud movement, because over here it's kind of just one solid gray bulb area. But wow, what a night and day difference. A second ago it was windy as fuck to the point where we had to weigh Frank's tent down with a shitload of rocks, and now there's no wind at all, not even a breeze. Like, crazy. I should probably get a hat back on because the sun is coming out and I don't want to burn my head. But I also want to set up a time lapse over in this direction, and I only have 2 cameras. I have one idea to push myself. I've never done a focus stack at night before, so I'm going to attempt to do this at blue hour. Well, nautical twilight has basically started, so I have little time to do this, but I essentially want to take a photo of myself on top of a rock and then focus for me, remove myself, keep the camera in the same spot for like, a few hours and take some photos of the night sky and kind of blend those together. So like a focus stack at night. I've never done that, so that's going to be the first shot I do. And then I have about 30 minutes to set up the star tracker. Thankfully, the other photo that I want to take is fairly close. So we've got a little bit of time in between shots to do this stuff, but I think if you can see behind me, the clouds have gone away. They're a little bit on the horizon, but none where the Milky Way is going to be. So let's be what was I going to say? I don't know. Let's go shoot. Alright, so it turns out I am too late. I'm not going to be able to actually sit on this rock, but I am going to attempt to do a focus stack. So the bush, the rock, the top of the rock, and then eventually the Milky Way. The Milky Way is technically out. It's visible. You can kind of see it, but it's not dark enough yet to really get much detail in it. So we're going to wait about 45 minutes and I should be able to take it in this exact same position, which will then actually give me a little bit more time to go to the other spot and set up the star tracker, because that's going to take a little bit more time to align with Polaris, or at least get it close.